this point in the process, anything is possible. Candidly, I wouldn't necessarily see that as likely. There are a number of players that we like, in this draft, relatively high. But, I think as we come to really the end of March, first week of April, like we're coming down the home stretch, so to speak, about probably the player assessment phase of the draft process, and then as we really get into the month of April, that's when we really dive into strategy. Either or both, so to speak. Like I don't know that I would pin it down to a specific reason. I think, like, even if you look at it historically, I don't know that there's ever really been a trade from 2 to 1. I think it's pretty rare for the number 1 overall pick to get traded, and I think some of that may be in part of who's sitting at the top of the draft, and the other part of it might just be the cost of okay, the cost of going 2 to 1 is a lot different than the cost of going from 76 to 75, for instance, and you have to weigh all of that in terms of how it fits in your overall offseason plan and what else you can do in the draft. So I think that's probably why it occurs pretty infrequently.
Similarly, have you